We are here at Ben White in South Congress, and we're going to do a little investigation, and I'm going to do some B-roll probably. So as you heard, that was car parks in the road. There was a car from, it looked like the DPS full-size Suburban marked police car, Department of Public Safety, Texas DPS. It looked like they ran into it here, and all the parts, there was like car parts all right in this area. The little parts are here now, but there was like full-on pieces of... So you're back on the scene live, where there's car parts down here from the car that DPS hit last night. There's a wiring harness right there. There's pieces of the lens. There was big chunks of plastic over here. There's one at Brianna's feet, piece of plastic from the DPS crash, it looked like someone died, to tell you the truth. We haven't seen it in the news. I'm asking around. I've asked some reporters, different people that I know that do free press, trying to figure out if anybody knows. I'm trying to go that way, stupid thing. Anyways, if anybody knows if this is in the news or not. But if you look right there, that's where the car was smashed up against the accordion, and they put a blanket. Right now there's all that oil dry over there because there was obviously a spill, that discoloration's a spill on the wall. The DPS officer smashed that car up against there, and he, as you can see, flew through this intersection. You can see this markings right here where that car hit, and then you can see these markings straight ahead where DPS went off, going full speed down the road in the full-size Suburban. And we have not been able to confirm if there's a fatality, but it looked that way. There were emergency responders here. We did not see the medical examiner, so that's why I'm not really sure. And also because the PIO hasn't made any statements that we know of. And let me let you know that if you don't film the evidence, everything will disappear, because the state has no requirement to tell you that they're doing things. So if you don't film it, the state's not going to say, oh, you know what, we had an accident. You would think they would, but if it was their fault, they would want to save face and not get their budget cut for fraud, waste, and abuse that might happen. But you can see where the car jumped, the Suburban jumped the curb, the state trooper jumped the curb there, flipped over into a retention area, like a ditch. So you can see the markings here, all the oil and stuff smashed right into there. You can see where the DPS jumped the curb here. See all the marks where the DPS jumped the curb. They've actually marked this stuff with colors. You see blue and red. Might have been more than one vehicle. Get a bird's eye of that. Yeah, there's glass, all this glass and lenses. Here's a red one. I think there might have been two cars that they smashed into. I'm not sure what the heck they did. But DPS was going the fastest and did the most damage because they went the furthest. So they took out this telephone here, was taken out by DPS. They got this other blue mark here, but it doesn't look correct. It ends here, but no, I don't think so. DPS was here, all through there, all this. There's the pieces of DPS vehicles. DPS vehicle parts. Here's a mark that they did for something right here. still coming through this way, through the intersection. Just cleared this rose bush here. It just tore up the ground here. Just tore it up. Just tore it up. Deep gouges in the soil here. Tore it up. Went this way. Hit this curb. And freaking flipped. Flipped. And smashed and rolled down here. And as you can see, they didn't even do cleanup. There's like oil and gas and stuff down here. Got another target over there. I'm not sure what all this is, but yeah, it's a mess. And there's pieces of it, of the, what do you call it, the pole? Power pole. It's over there, a piece of the wooden power pole. You got more targets over here. Let's go around. So this is what the news is not telling you. Is DPS had a terrible accident. We're driving like shit last night. And I don't know if they were under the influence or anything, but we do know that law enforcement has a higher incidence of drug and alcohol addiction than your average Joe working at any other job. That's just a matter of statistics. So what the heck was DPS doing? And what are these? This one says 25. That one's another couple circles. Look at how far that went. I mean, that's what, 50 feet before he flipped upside down right here in front of us. We took some B-roll and submitted it last night, and the media doesn't want to cover this story apparently, so I'm contacting my media contacts to see if they want to find out. Yeah. So we don't know what's going on. The media's never going to tell us. So we're going to cover this, and you guys need to investigate. Ask your state representative what the hell's going on in Austin with DPS. You know, they're endangering the public in the name of public safety. Think about that for a little while. All right, y'all. See y'all later. This is Lizzardo Giganticus channel. We're reporting live on the streets of Austin and South Austin, where a DPS officer has run amok and possibly killed other drivers. Definitely was driving erratically at high speed. I don't know if it was a police chase or what they did, but it endangered the life of the officer and everyone around him, and that's dangerous. We can't have that kind of terror going on our streets. Can't have domestic terrorism. The police need to respect the people. That's what it needs to be like.